Okay, so I've been making music since I was like 14. Always been around it. My dad had a studio. I wrote rap since I was like 11, but I didn't really get into it myself until I was like 14. Just even trying, just trying, just putting something on the mic and putting it out. People are gonna want to hear it. People are gonna want to listen. Not everybody's gonna like your music or like the things that you're putting out. You know what I mean? And it's not gonna be a comfort to everybody, but there's gonna be people that like it as well. And I've dealt with haters ever since I even started. You know what I mean? So the best way to go about it is just to brush it off. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be somebody right there trying to negatively impact what you're producing. So you can't look at the cup half empty. You gotta look at it half full. Like, what do you got? What are you doing? But also you gotta know, like, what are you good at? You know what I mean? And if enough people are telling you on a concerned level, then they're not hating. But if somebody's going out of their way to make you feel dumb for doing something that you like, then you know what I mean? Just let them waste their energy. Don't use your energy on something that you don't need to.
To tell you just to brush it off, that's a great way. However, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I get upset when someone hates, initially, right? However, it's now about how do I respond to that, right? It's about my ability to respond to that, right? Do I go and flash, right? It's about producing again. Do I go and get upset and lash back out, right? And then produce more? Now I'm being a hater on the back end, right? Because everybody has an opinion. Now, just because I don't like it doesn't mean that I have to go about it in a different way. So when someone hates for me, right, I ain't gonna lie, I'm human. It's gonna rub me initially. Then it's just about, okay, now what's my next process? Let me think about it. Why? Right now I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Right? Because they said if 3 people call you a name, then you typically that name. You know what I mean? So if the 3 people are hating on you, well, maybe what's wrong with that? How can I fix that? Right? Instead of turning into a victim consciousness, like woe is me, right? So you can one you can use it as a tool, a method, right? To evaluate what it is that you're doing, how to strengthen it, so that at least that hate in that realm won't come back. And then 2, you can use it as the wind to your sail to push you forward. Because a lot of times for me, hate is that wind that pushes me forward. And then I'm gonna need something that pulls me, and that's the outward focus of something else, right? So you need that push and that pull in order to get past it all.
I'm a sensitive person, so sometimes anything about me, you can say anything like, oh, why you got those shoes on with that? I immediately get mad at whatever. But that's because when I was, young, I was insecure about what I had because I didn't have nothing. So, you fight for that respect when you ain't got nothing. Because you grow up, you being put down by your parents, your family, your friends, or whatever. So you trying to fight for that respect that you ain't never had. But really, you got respect because of you not falling into whatever they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So if I go somewhere where they ain't like that, then they gonna respect me because I'm respectful. Because of people being able to, put me down because I feel like I can't do nothing about it. But you just gotta, stand strong and don't let the negativity twist your mind or whatever, and stand and just, focus and stay respectful. You know what I mean?
I would say disrespect comes all the time. Like, we're disrespected all the time by people disrespect us all the time, and you gotta have it. It's more so on how you react to it. And most of the time at this point of age, we could react by just disregarding it, or you could react and get yourself into a situation that you might not be able to get yourself out of. So at the end of the day, disrespect is out there, but if you out here being respectful, then you might not get disrespected.
At this age that you all are at, the appetite for respect comes from fighting. It comes from basically trying to extract respect. But as you get older, that respect is cool, but only for that generation or group of peers that you was around at this time. As you get older, just plain out, nobody gives a nothing. They don't care anymore about what you did at 11 and 12. That doesn't even matter. And the people that remember that stuff, those aren't the people that you even care to extract respect from 30 years later. Because 9 times out of 10, they still doing the same stuff y'all was doing back then. So when you get to a certain age, when you get older, you start meeting corporate people. You start meeting people that are in positions that you want to be in. Do you think owners of McDonald's or owners of networks or whatever it is that you're interested in as you get older care about you fighting little Johnny back at school at 12? They don't care about that. And you can feel stupid even bringing that up to them. So the amount of respect, or the way where you place your respect at this time in your life, you have to make sure that it's going to be something that's going to matter 25, 30 years down the line. Because me as a person, I go through that now. A lot of people have what they consider respect for me, but you know, and I say this respectfully, I appreciate that, but when I go, you know, with my friends that are well off, the place they go, them people don't even know me. And the respect I get from them, they don't care about that. They have no interest in that whatsoever. They're meeting me for the first time, and my respect that I'm gonna give them starts now, at that point. Whatever I did, whatever I've been through, I can bring that resume to them. That will more than likely blow everything that any action I possibly have. So, you know, you got to make sure that your appetite for respect that you want at this point in your life is something that you feel is going to be worth something 20, 30 years from now. And I believe that's something that we have all fallen into. We all have that, you know, I want it now mentality. And that goes with everything. You know, we want money now, we want respect now, we want love now. But the same money, love, and respect that we want now probably not even going to be worth anything 20, 30 years from now. And that's what, you know, I try to teach my kids. You know what I'm saying? I try to let them know that, because that's where I went wrong at.
You know, we're all going to get disrespected. And I didn't understand this at your age, right? I didn't understand this, but we get so upset at the person outside that disrespects us, but how many times do we disrespect ourselves? How many times is it you tell your mom or your dad you're going to do something, or you tell yourself you're going to do it, and you don't even honor your word? That's disrespect. When you tell your teacher you're going to do your homework and you don't do it, and you come in and you lie and say someone stole it or you broke your computer, that's disrespect to yourself. Right? And the more you start disrespecting yourself, the easier it is to continue not to respect yourself and demand respect from somebody else. But how can you demand respect from another man, another woman, another entity if you ain't gonna give it to yourself? You only want it because you ain't gave it to yourself first. So you gotta start to, we have to respect ourselves, our sanity, our love, our mental wellness, right? Our emotion, be vulnerable, right? That's a part for me of understanding, right? For you to understand it's okay to be a little emotional. It's okay to be a little vulnerable. It's okay to ask for help. That's how you respect yourself, because when you bottle it up and suppress it with the drugs, with the alcohol, with the women, with the money, with all this other stuff, that's a form of disrespect to yourself. So before you demand respect from anybody in the world, start demanding it from yourself first, and start to see what you get back once you start putting in yourself first.
Like, half the time, like, if you're getting disrespected on the internet, I promise to God, 99% of the time, it's only on the internet, and it's going to stay on the internet. I swear you're going to see them, they're going to want to talk it out. So just don't even indulge in it. And besides, that's just, just don't feed into that.
On top of that, bro, like, that's a representation of yourself. You feel me? That's permanently on there. You feel me? That, like, that's you.
Yeah, the internet don't go nowhere.
That don't go nowhere. You know, that don't get deleted or whatever. So anybody can go back to, you know, however many years ago that was, when you was on some, or you was on some stuff like that, and you know, you change your mind frame.
So when you're on the internet, just remember, Eric, somebody see it. Somebody saw it. No matter if you deleted it, it never goes nowhere. So. And that's the internet. These cameras, our phones, the GPS tracker devices. We pretty much telling on ourselves when we commit crimes with our devices on us. So it's like basically your whole life, you're not getting away with nothing. It's over. It's over. So
I know.
when you think about doing something, think about the fact that if nobody was outside, somebody Ring camera got it. And when a crime is committed and a Ring camera goes off, every other Ring camera in the neighborhood sends a notification of a crime being committed in the area, and they all pass the information to a cloud. So just think about that. You know what I'm saying? Just real life stuff. Like, this is the new age. Everybody has a camera on their car. Just think about life and crime, everything. Leave it alone. Leave the streets alone. If somebody says something to you on the internet, that means they're really scared of you anyway because they're putting insurance on themselves. So just leave them alone.